Hello, it's Kasia here. We're gonna try to make one of the notebooks that I have planned for today. So I've had to make sure that the cover is clear, so I'm removing the label and I'm gonna remove the paper from inside as well, so I don't get them dirty, because most likely it will be some leakage going through the cover, and I don't want that. So I'm removing the paper, putting it safely somewhere I can make sure I keep it clean, stay away from the paint. And I'm using gesso white gesso to cover my notebook. And I try to do it from the middle of the cover to outside, so inside towards outside. The reason I do that, so I don't push the paint underneath the cover. So I'm trying to do this on both sides, so there's a front and back. The skin will be only on the front. The texture, the molds, they will be only on the front, just like here. So I'm gonna now make sure it's fitting, removing some of the skins to make sure it fit nicely on my A4 notebook. And I'm gonna use gel medium to glue it, so to make sure that it's all looking good. Trying to make sure that the edges are glued properly, so I'm adding more gel medium on the edges just to make sure that it won't be lifting, especially when we start adding wet medium. So gluing the edges, taking a bit of time to do that. Then I think I'll be doing my paint in a minute, but making sure that this is fully dry. Not dry. I'm gonna give a bit of dry to make sure that the glue is sticking before I start painting. Yes, we don't want to paint when the glue is still wet, so I think I've left that for a few minutes, and then I started with the paint. Started with the paint at the back, as you can see, trying to squeeze this paint. Looks like it's a bit gooey inside. It's not the freshest I've used, but I'm thinking, don't waste anything, so I'm gonna use what I can. And I'm looking for a brush now, and I found the smallest brush ever. Probably could go with the bigger one, but yes, this is what I found. Make a use of it. So I'm trying to do the same technique, going from inside to outside, not to push the paint. I need more paint. It's clearly not coming out as much as I wanted, so let's open and see what I can dig out. So this is what I'm gonna continue the process at the back of the covered, and I'll move on to the front. That's gonna take me a bit of time, a bit of fuffing a little bit, because the front is textured. It means I'm gonna be taking my time to go into all the crevices of that textured mold that I need to now paint over. So it's gonna take me a bit of time, so bear with me, I'm on it. Yes, I'm working my way through the page. It does take a bit of time, so it's good that we've got technology to speed up the process. Otherwise, it would be pretty boring. It would be pretty boring to watch me doing that in a real time. So even you see, even if we speed up the process, it's still taking time. The crevices are quite deep, to crevices in that mold. So I'm really trying to make sure that I go into all of those. So let's see. I'm still doing it. I probably should have cut that bit out, but I didn't expect didn't expect that would take me that long. But it's also the fault of my paint. I was running out. I was digging anything I could get from that paint. So to be honest with you, I could have made it easy for myself, but when I started the process, I thought, let me continue. So a few more minutes and we're done. Still going. Almost there. I can see the end. So I'm trying to patch up the places, some of the white still showing, so I'm going over all over the front to see if I can patch some, and I think I'm done. And then drying process again. Yes, because I will be applying wet medium. I will be applying powders and wetting it with the water, so I need that to be fully dry, otherwise it will be a bit muddy. So I think I've got that video. That was a good choice. So I've got the video a bit of that drying process, and I'm showing you the powders I'm gonna use. I'm using iMix powders available from Hobbylicious, and they're very pigmented powders. I genuinely love them. So I'm not sure why this video is not speed up. Looks like a real time, so I'm not sure what I've done to that one, but yes, let's continue. So I'm actually spraying the powders now with the water, with the spritzer, with the water bottle, and I'll be adding different, I'm using 3 powders, a bit of brown, a bit of grey with a nice shine. They're all metallic, so they've got fantastic shine to underlying shine. I'm using more water, trying to walk my water bottle, trying to move my board to get the powder moving. It's a bit tricky because it's full of crevices, as you can imagine. Adding more powder. I was looking for some more shine, so I was trying to add more powder, and in the same time I decided to start drying. The reason why I was drying, I was aware of the fact of leakages, aware that this is cardboard that I'm working on. This is not MDF. It's gonna go through, it's gonna create some leakages, so I didn't want that. So I keep drying my cover, and I was still working, adding some more powders. So I did that for some time. I should have probably speed that process up. I'm not sure why is it not speed up. So it's gonna take a bit of drying. It was, I hope I managed to cut the video off at some point. I've made a couple of videos that I was doing, and I was thinking I've managed to speed them all up for you, but this one looks, so let's just watch me drying my cover. So I'm going for it. Decided to add more powders. So the powders are coming, water's coming, drying in the same time, wet and dry. Very random. There's no particular pattern I'm using the powders in. You can see I'm going for it. I like the one I've just used. It gives you a beautiful metallic shine, more rustic, give you a bit of rusty sort of look to the project. So I'm using my spritzer bottle. It looks a bit of a mess now, but bear with me. I keep drying. At some point, I think I'll be patting the water down. I realize it's getting too saturated, and I got no patience to dry this water, so I'm trying to dry it as much as I can. Let's see what's gonna happen. Still doing it. As you can see, at any second now I should be giving up on that, I'm hoping. Nope, I'm still going. Patient of an angel. I think I've got the kitchen towel ready for dabbing or patting. I will be doing that in a second now, bear with me. Looks like it's never ending. Oh, I think I was giving up. Yes, so a bit of patting, getting the remaining water parts and absorbed by this towel. That makes the job a bit quicker. But I keep drying that, and I'm wondering when I'm gonna finish that. I think at some point I've got this video. I'm sure I did, because I was thinking, no way you can watch me doing that. So a bit of cleaning in the meantime. Still drying. Multitasking is the key. Showing you a bit of close-up. It does not look much. Still a bit of mess. More drying needed. Need to cut the... Alright, I'm back with my commentary. There was a neighbor knocking at my door, and now we're speeding up. Oh yes, so this is a dry cover now, and in the meantime, you can see I used the same colors I used at the front. I used them at the back of my notebook. It's no texture at all, however, just a matching color to the front. So I'm using 3 different wax. I'm using 2 different wax actually, Pentat and some Finnabair waxes, just different shade of a bit of gold, a bit of bronze. I just like to mix things up. So I'm going with a brush, random places, just to create some sort of effect that I'm don't even know what effect I'm still aiming for, but I'm going for it. A bit of Pentat wax now with the finger, because obviously remember, the working with the fingers and with the brush will give you different effect when working with waxes. So the more background, the more subtle effect you get with the brush. But if you want some dramatic highlights, if you want to lift something off the page, you use your finger, just like how I'm doing here. You can see clearly when you've got the fingers, using fingers, you like those letters I'm now brushing, they are being a bit lifted. So I'm doing a bit of that, and I think I'm quite pleased with what I've been doing. I like the gold at the end. So let's see what else I'm thinking now about, I'm thinking about adding a bit of finishing touches to my project. So I'm thinking, yes, one of those will make a difference. So I haven't decided which one, and I think I went for a noted one at the end. It's gonna be very general notebook. Basically you can note anything in it. So noted was the choice. I used some remaining wax on my brushes to get this a bit dirty. It was too white for me, and now is a bit more tone and fitting the background. So trusted gel medium and I think we're almost done. And I think the very last video will be just to show you assembled. Yes, this is the, is not, yes, that's the assembled notebook all together, pages put together. This is how it came out. I actually enjoyed the process and I love it. What about you?